We didn't pay him, did we?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I mean, we got out of it, and we were just basically like, and we're on good terms with him, but I would just say,
We weren't for a little while there.
is very cool on a personal level. Be very careful.
Professionally.
Professionally. And this is part of the podcast we're leaving this in. Hey, everybody. Hey, you're listening to the We Cool podcast. This is a podcast where we talk shit about We apologize and we demand an anonymous apologies. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Call. I'm joined by the illustrious Grant Winkles, the very flaky Tommy Bayer, and
How am I flaky?
you know how you're flaky, cocksucker.
Oh, because of Christmas?
Yeah, because you ruined my Christmas, Tommy.
Okay, well,
Dude,
before we get
sorry,
into
man.
that, let's introduce our guest,
Yeah.
Ryan. You almost made it.
Yeah, we are here with, I believe, the Chippewa Valley's own, Aidan McCluskey. Are you from the Chippewa Valley originally?
I'm from the La Crosse area. So,
We'll claim you. We'll take you.
Driftless,
We'll
yeah.
take you. We'll
Aidan
take
McCluskey, thanks for doing the show, man.
Dude, thanks for having me.
All right.
It's been a lot of scheduling problems.
Yeah.
Every time it was like you guys wanted to, I was like, I thought I had stomach cancer for a bit, and then I convinced myself I had MS.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What's
I was-
that?
So what
MS.
was that? Why'd you think you had stomach cancer?
I haven't shit solid since it started getting cold. I think I got seasonal affective disorder. So
Tommy's got sad disorder.
I got the sad, man. I haven't shit right since it started
Dude, this is how you know
chilly.
Aiden's from a small town, because he's like, I hadn't shit solid since the winter came upon us.
It's been many moons since I shit solid.
You know it's getting grim.
What do
when
you
the
eat?
shit's...
Oh,
a good question.
dude, it's bad.
Did your diet change since the winter?
Aiden, run us through that diet real quick, my man.
Yeah, let's hear your diet and workout regimen. How do you stay so thin?
Well, I mean, I stay very svelte, man. I wake up and I'll eat licorice for breakfast and
Okay.
black coffee.
What kind of licorice we talking here?
That's
Wallaby?
insane.
Man.
So that's your problem right there.
Yeah. So you're getting no energy from your breakfast.
Some, you get coffee.
You're eating oil
nicotine.
that's been turned into candy. You're eating
Yeah.
oil that people turned into candy.
Fossil
as
fuels.
breakfast, yeah.
I would eat
Yeah,
a
he's
bag.
like, well, I just chug gasoline until the brain starts working
Yeah, my
again.
tummy
and then-
hurts. I don't get it. I drank 2 pots of coffee and I ate a bag of licorice, and my tummy hurts now.
Yeah, so I definitely have stomach cancer.
I think it's the winter.
I think I'm
Yeah.
depressed.
So what's lunchtime? What's lunchtime?
Yeah, what's lunchtime look like?
Skipping
yeah,
it.
yeah.
You're not even eating lunch.
I'm just probably
Awesome.
smoking a
You're
cigarette. or
pissed
two.
off at the thought of lunch.
Yeah, I mean, I just get by on like the thought of a sub or something, like a sandwich, and then at night.
So okay, that because for most people, thinking about food would just make you eat. It would make you hungrier. But for you,
No, but that's how powerful
Yeah.
his brain is.
yeah, a true stoic.
Do you
A
find
true creative.
do you find satisfaction from that? Just kind of imagining food?
Yeah, I get more satisfaction out of watching people eat food.
That's the most
Interesting.
autistic thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I love watching a dude just eat food and enjoy it, and then I feel full watching.
Is that why
it.
you live with Max Chapman?
I live with Max and Elliot.
You live with two big boys.
Two big guys, man, and we
Dude.
would have like a cheat day thing where we would get like pizza on Saturday nights, and I would have like a slice and be like, now I'm just gonna enjoy watching the boys.
Yeah, that's the only real food you're eating an entire week. Is the one
Yeah,
slice
one
of
slice
pizza.
of pizza.
One slice of Topper's buffalo chicken pizza.
And then at
Dude, the
night,
buffalo chicken from Toppers goes crazy though.
dude,
It does
so
fuck up your
fucking
stomach
good.
though.
I haven't
It's
had the buffalo
I swear to
chicken.
God, I've had a lot of buffalo chicken pizza, and Toppers isn't the best pizza, but what they do is the best buffalo chicken pizza.
I'm gonna have to check
Goddamn right.
that out.
Dude, especially if you're hammered. Last night I went home. I was like blacked out pretty much when I got home. I opened the door. The cats are there, and I'm just like hammered. Like, Daddy's a little fucked up, guys. And I ordered a Topper's pizza,
Nice.
and I fell asleep before it got there.
Oh
so.
no,
Damn,
dude!
Yeah,
that's
so
brutal.
somebody-
You can apologize for that shit, dude.
Yeah, well, I told him to leave it at the door because
Oh, did
while I
they?
was ordering it, I don't know, it was gone when I woke up. While I was ordering it, I was like,
You ate it in a blackout. And
yeah,
you're like,
it's,
this it
I
never
just forgot
came.
about it. Yeah, dude, I woke up
You
and
ate
I
the
just
box too.
I woke up and I saw I had like
Everything's gone, man.
I had like 5 missed calls from Uber Eats, and I just was like, "Oh fuck, dude, that was like $40."
Oh fuck!
Can they give a Can they give a star rating to Uber Eats people, like you as a
Probably.
customer? 'Cause
Probably.
you're getting,
I told you guys one time I got bitched out by an Uber Eats driver because it said it wasn't going to be there for like 20 minutes. So I hopped in the shower and I took like a 10-minute shower. I got out. I saw he's like calling me. And then I was like, I messaged him. I was like, hey, it says just leave it there. Feel free to leave it there. I'm sorry. I was in the shower. Didn't expect you to get here. And he was just like, you need to come down here right now or I'm leaving with it. And I was like, what the fuck?
Whoa.
Okay. And I came down and then it's like this Middle Eastern guy and he's just like, yes, like screaming at me like, it's very rude. It's very rude to make me wait. You should have been here.
Listen, the food, it's not,
Yeah, he's
it's
Donald
cold.
Trump.
It did get a little cold.
I'm joining ISIS. That's crazy. He did a fatwa on me.
Did you guys hear that Salman Rushdie got stabbed in the neck?
Who's this?
He's the guy who had the fatwa.
Who's this?
on him.
Salmon?
Yeah,
Salmon? What'd you say?
Salman Rushdie.
His name's Salmon.
He like wrote a book and the Ayatollah put a fatwa on him in like the 90s and he lived with a fatwa and
What's a fatwa?
it's like a death. They say if it's on site. Like for a true believer, it's on site. If you see this guy, fucking kill him. You're going to heaven. You're good. So this author,
He's like a demon?
no.
What?
He's just like his.
What? Wait,
He's
what?
a guy.
What? Okay, wait.
You gotta-
Tommy, before we explain this to you, what do you think it is
Yeah, okay, all right.
that made
Bro,
you go?
I don't even know what I just heard.
Wait,
What
he's
came
a
out of
demon?
Grant's mouth, to be honest.
Listen, okay. It's
He just said, bro, Salmon died in fatwa, and it's all on site. And I was like, what?
So
I
what
don't
it
know
is-
any of these characters.
Do you guys know what it is?
Yeah, so you need
Yeah,
to pay
okay.
attention at bodegas, Tommy. A fatwa
At bodega school.
is a thing that I'm not sure if it's.
I dropped out of bodega school.
I think it's just certain sects of Islam
Yeah.
would adhere to it. But basically, like you know how Catholics have the Pope, right? So
No.
Okay. So
Shut up.
certain sects of
Just kidding.
Islam, they have like a guy that's like, yo, I'm basically our Pope, right? And so if somebody really pisses him off, he can be like, hey, everybody who's a true believer, you can kill this guy. In fact, God wants you to kill this guy. And that's what a fatwa
Yeah.
is.
And they did it on
Oh.
this British author.
Thank you.
yeah.
And his name is Salman Rushdie or Salman.
Oh, to know Salman Rushdie and all.
Yeah, that's what it
What
sounds
did he?
like.
What did he do to piss off?
He wrote a book. He wrote. I don't.
Oh,
even know
they
what the
hate
book-
when you do that.
Yeah, they're not. They don't love books. Which we can find some common. I mean, they love one. They love
Yeah.
one really, really bad. But maybe we can find some common ground. 'Cause I
Playboy.
feel like we don't like books that much in our culture either. But so there was a fatwa on him for like a long time, and then they lifted it, and then one guy like. This was in the 90s. One guy like didn't get the memo this year, stabbed him in the neck.
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, and so he was like thinking he
Well,
was
to
all
be
You
good.
didn't
fair-
get the email.
You can't.
What?
They sent out a mass email
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. They did. That guy must have changed accounts or something.
to every Muslim guy.
Oh, dude, I only have my comedy email.
Shoot.
So, yeah, I guess I didn't update
Shit,
that.
dude.
I got rid of my other one. What was it?
The guy, the Uber driver. What?
Wait, well, Ryan, how much money have you spent on Uber Eats this year? Ballpark it.
Well, more than $7,000 for sure.
No way.
Oh,
No
Because
way.
I had that personal loan.
they're steep though.
I had the
I know.
$7,000 personal loan, and then I
For a
kept.
guy who has a car and lives in a city
and doesn't really
that's
drink.
I don't drink. The only
You could
time I
easily
drink
be
is
getting
when
your own food.
when I do shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the problem. You get a $7,000 loan, and then you just keep getting Uber Eats, and all of a sudden you don't have $7,000 anymore.
Yeah.
And then
How
you
are
go,
you gonna get out-
and then you go,
Yeah.
I guess I spent $7,000 on Uber Eats, dude. Also, I was gonna
All
say
right,
this.
before we get back to Aiden's dinner, how are you gonna pay this off, man?
What? Month to month, dog.
He's gonna
Every
start
month.
driving for Uber Eats.
A little bit, yeah. I'm gonna convert to Islam, and I'm gonna.
Can't beat him, join him.
Yeah. Dude, every time a Muslim person comes up to me and they're like, "Assalamu alaikum," I'm like, I didn't even know you like the Lakers like that, dude.
Jesus
Oh, this guy's a Kobe guy. Yeah, I love Kobe too, bro.
And Muslims are always coming up to you and saying that, right?
Every day. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Aiden, what's going on with dinner time?
Yeah. What's
Dinner
dinner
is
look
where I get all the calories. I eat like a I don't know.
You were
like-
eating a steak at Terminal last
Yeah,
night.
that's where
You
I'll,
just brought a steak to Terminal.
and they gave him the one steak knife from behind the counter. to cut
there was
it off.
dust on it and shit. I had to wipe it off
Yeah.
on my pants.
That's
but
what they scrape the ice the ice tubs with.
That's what they cleared the drains with.
I ate it, so it sat next to the bed all night, and then we whipped it up this morning with some
This
eggs.
is the bed.
Yeah.
He doesn't even call it my bed.
Yeah, it was just like
It's the best.
the bed.
Just
yeah.
the bed. That's where the sleeping's done.
Yeah, dude, you talk like my dad talks.
Yeah, dude, I think I've had a few minor strokes.
Yeah.
I think that's why I talk at a delayed rate a little bit, and sometimes it takes me longer to think of things.
What's your favorite kind of stroke? Mine's butterfly.
Oh fuck, man, probably the backstroke. That's the
Probably
most fun to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the worst time to have a stroke is when you're on your back, though.
Is it? I
don't
feel
know.
like you're flat
Do you
down.
throw up? Do you throw up if you get a stroke?
I throw
No.
up all the time.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Probably
that
all
still
that
going on?
licorice.
Do you talk about that? Do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, we can.
Do you guys know about this? Aiden throws up before every set, or used to?
I used to,
Yeah.
yeah. And then it went away for a while, and then it wasn't sets. It just like my diet was so bad that my stomach at night, my stomach would swell. Like, you know those pictures in National Geographic of the
what?
Like
kids
an
with
African-
with the belly out and everything? That would be me laying in bed, and then it would get so overwhelming. My body would just trigger some alarm, and I would throw up in my bed.
Jesus.
Dude,
Yeah.
okay, so how long has this
Hanging
been
out,
going on
hanging
for?
out with Aiden in New York, I will say, 90% of the things he tells me, I'm just like, what is going on with you, man? I'm like, you did what? Like, what the? How old are you? You're 17. Jesus Christ.
He has the ailments of a fucking old dog.
Yeah.
dude,
How are you? How are you?
Somebody's
How are you a 52-year-old Steinbeck character? You know, like what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, dude, you sound like a migrant worker in Grapes of Wrath.
Yeah, dude, I just can't.
That's
You march with Cesar Chavez.
dude. So so this happens more than once.
Yep.
And no part of you is like, well, I got to change my diet.
No, I started getting concerned because my shit was getting really weird. It was getting
Yeah.
like
What are we talking?
it would just I was pissing straight
Just
out of
doing
my
old
ass.
comedy.
Okay.
Just pissing, yeah. my old stuff was tanking. No, I was just pissing out my ass, dude. And it was like, then it started to like when I would have a
Shitting out
solid,
my dick and pissing out my ass.
when it would be solid.
That's your
it would be
first album title.
like, shitting out my dick, pissing out my ass.
Yeah.
Available only on Google Podcasts.
And Walmart, some select Walmarts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to stop pushing your penis in and then taking a shit.
Sometimes it's fun though.
Yeah.
When you push it, you ever stack quarters on the tip of your dick and then fold your foreskin over it? Oh yeah.
Hold
Where you-
on, what?
Yeah, dude, it's a good
And
party
then
trick.
beat a man to death with your dick.
You can like stack quarters.
Just beat your wife with your.
Press it down on your dickhead and then just roll the rest of the skin up over it.
Yeah.
And then you could be like, hey, look at this. And you just drop quarters out on the table.
And then you go, I'm made of money.
That's a good party trick. Now, Aiden, let me ask you this: how many quarters are you fitting up in there,
Are
brother?
you uncut?
No, I'm cut. But you
Okay.
get that extra
Yeah.
skin just around,
And if
you
you
know?
can- yeah.
If you can push the head down, you get a nice firm
There are some
fucking
weird
grip.
times when you're like laying in a weird position and you might be cold or something where your dick is like totally in your body.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever had that? That's
No.
what I feel like you could
No.
do. Where it's
No,
like,
Grant, what do you mean?
No, me and Ryan got hogs,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
We don't,
okay, yeah.
Me
we
and
don't
Tommy?
have pussies.
How many quarters do you think you guys could fit in your
Well,
foreskin?
here's the
I think I
problem.
could do like 4.
Here's the problem. I don't
like a
have
$1.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way: I could probably do 30 loads of laundry.
I don't have a
So you have a teeny dick, but just massive foreskin.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
it's mostly loose skin. I have an unsymmetrical cut, so I got top way more skin. They missed a
Oh,
bunch.
really?
No.
Oh. I mean, that happens, I think.
I think
Does
it
it?
does,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't they have like a little? Isn't it like what you would like cut line with, like just a little
Cut line.
Like,
what
should-
line? What
Like
line?
if you're cutting like
fishing
a
line?
not fish line, but just like a tube. You
I'm
know,
picturing
the
like a
little tube
cigar cutter.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that kind of what I'm thinking.
No, I don't think so. I think they
No.
do it with a scalpel.
They cut
What?
it and then
Yeah.
fold it back, right?
I don't know.
I think that's how they do it.
No, they cut it off, I thought.
Oh, do they?
They
cut
burn it
completely
off.
How do none of us know?
I have no idea.
I wasn't conscious.
I
one.
guess
Hey,
we're
don't
not
look
men's
at me,
rights
man. I
activists.
didn't know what a fatwa was.
Yeah.
You know,
Tommy,
I'm not-
you're circumcised, right?
No.
Oh, really?
Really?
No, I am.
Why would you lie about that?
I don't know, man. Sometimes I just like to switch things up.
Yeah.
When
Sometimes
was the first time you realized that was a thing?
I was pissing in a toilet with my friend.
Yep.
Like we were crossing swords, and
Yeah.
I thought his
I
penis was fucked up, dude.
Yeah,
I
it
was
looks
like,
I
wrong.
did too, dude. I saw a little boy in the YMCA locker room. My dad took me, and we both looked at each other like, "Hey, man, what's
this
going
happened.
on with your?"
This
penis?"
happened over the holidays.
yeah, that was
Just you and your dad bullying a child
about
over
his
having-
uncircumcised.
Oh, look at that thing.
Yo.
What about
Yo.
you guys?
No, it's
When
like
did-
that Spider-Man meme, though. You're just kind of like, "What the fuck?"
I think I found out late. Too late.
Yeah?
I found out too late.
Well, it's weird because, like, to me, the circumcised penis looks way more normal. Like,
Absolutely, yeah.
because that's kind of that's what's represented.
It's in popular culture, yeah.
exactly.
But like, I think the first time I saw it was my buddy Jacob. He had just was taking a piss, same sort of thing in school, and it was just like, whoa, I've
Yeah.
never seen
Yeah.
that before.
Yeah.
It's like a snuffleupagus or something.
It's
you know?
strange,
It's like,
and like they gotta clean it.
yeah,
Yeah. How do you clean it? The Q-tip?
I think so.
Jesus Christ.
right in. If
Right in.
If you're uncut.
If your life is a fucking
you're
hell.
un-
And then also
Uncirced.
write in how many quarters you think you could fit up in
I
there.
bet they could fit a bunch, dude.
because that
fit a
stuff is
load.
stretchy too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Everybody
the silly putty
with
of the human body.
everyone write in with a penis. How many quarters you fitting up in there?
Wait, did you guys see that Chris Duke is starting some
Yeah,
OnlyFans
I don't
podcast
know
where
what's
people send him dick pics and he'll rate them?
No fucking way.
You know
Why?
Chris, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
why
that's
does he
that's the weirdest way of coming out.
Yeah.
It kind of is.
I think he's bisexual. I think he's been
Oh,
out
yeah, he
for
is,
a long
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So
Good for him.
you're fucked up.
I forgot that. That makes way more
So
sense now that I
homophobic.
remember he's bi.
Okay, I didn't know that, so I was like, "What's that about? Why is he? Why?"
Still though, like what the hell? What the
Yeah.
hell's going on, man? I guess that is
Also,
how
I
people
mean,
do.
inevitably,
It's what women do on OnlyFans.
he's gonna run out of penises. How many do you think he
so?
has backlogged? Maybe 4?
If there's enough to start a podcast,
Who?
40.
Okay, who do you think? Matt Doima? Who else? Who else is sending a dick pic in?
Connor Hanks Laban for sure. He's gonna be sending his penis in.
Oh, nasty.
Did you guys
Oh,
see?
shit.
Did you guys see Connor posted on his story yesterday? Him just ripping off a
Oh.
Dan Bublitz sticker off of a fucking like.
Hey,
where
it
a-
must have been at Terminal.
yeah, maybe. But then he tagged Dan in it.
And then Dan posted back, "Burn in hell."
That's awesome.
I'm wondering if they have like back channels going on here. Is this a public feud playing out?
It seems like something Connor would just do.
These are, for anybody who doesn't know, these are two comics who are like, they're like road dogs, basically. They don't really, they're wanderers. Yeah.
Aidan, you're a bit of a road dog too.
Sometimes, man, I do some gigs. I don't even know why I'm doing them, but they
You
give
don't
me
have
money.
You don't have to do those gigs anymore.
I feel like something about doing Jenkins, Minnesota. It
dude,
feels good.
I see these Instagram posts here. I'm like, the boy is not right.
Do it 8
Dude,
people
I know,
and-
man. It's those gigs depress me, man.
They give me some sort of life, dude.
What?
Get me
Yeah,
some,
they do
like,
the opposite. To me.
Really?
The last
yeah.
tiny town I was in, it was called Welcome, Minnesota. Weird name because they
Yeah.
were not very welcoming at all. I said it feels like an oxymoron, and they hated it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, this seems like a thing that like your tourism board came up with to try to get people here, and it didn't work. They were pissed off. It was a town of like 30 people. Also, they didn't fuck. They didn't fuck at all, and I was
Wait,
like,
what do you mean?
they didn't fuck.
Well, yeah, there's only 30 people. They haven't populated at all.
Okay, so here's what this town's like. Mostly like skews probably 70 to 90. That's like probably 80% of
wow.
the town. And then there's one chick who's like our age, the ugliest woman you've ever seen in your life, but she has hot girl energy because she's de facto the hottest woman in the town.
Yeah.
And so she's just loud and obnoxious. Everyone's loud and obnoxious. I'm fucking around with him. I'm like, you guys
it's
fucking?
literally just like Grant in a wig.
No, dude, Grant would be he would blow her out of the
Dude,
water.
Grant, you're way hotter.
He would. He would be.
I would much rather have sex with you than this woman.
Thank you,
Grant.
Tommy.
Same here.
Thank you.
No problem, brother.
I would take Grant as is over her.
Damn.
Wouldn't even need to dress him up.
Nice.
But we're so.
Yeah. Don't even shower him.
I'll shower.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
You should always shower before you have sex. By the way.
Not. Sometimes it's not exactly feasible.
One time, one of my
Yeah.
girlfriends.
What if you have sex outside somewhere?
That's disgusting. One of my ex-girlfriends
You've
screamed
never had
at
sex
me.
outside?
One of my ex-girlfriends screamed at me one time because she wanted me to go down on her, and I was like, "Yeah, maybe you just got off work, maybe take a shower for sure afterwards." And she got really fucking pissed off at me.
I get that though.
For saying like, but also I'm like, I'm taking showers before I'm asking. You know what I mean? Like.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Also, if the girl was like shower and then I'll suck your dick, I'd be like right away.
Yeah. But
Oh, yeah.
I would.
She called me a
yeah,
misogynist.
I'll do that.
She called me a misogynist, and then I had to just be like, "Oh, I guess I hate women. Then. I guess I won't eat your pussy because I hate women so much."
I totally get that. I've been down there in the fucking trenches, man.
Dude, she worked like 9 hours. So it's
You
like,
got
it's not
coffee,
gonna be
licorice
great.
breath.
It's gonna be bad.
And then you get the little pieces
her
of
pussy,
toilet paper.
her pussy has
Aiden
morning
eats
breath.
coffee, licorice, and pussy. That's it.
Anyways, okay, so we're at this gig.
Wait, hold on. Tommy asked
Yeah.
you a question that you
Yeah,
blew
what?
by.
What?
Have you never had sex outside?
I've had sex in a car outside.
That's not.
But like outside.
Well, the
outside.
car's inside. That's where it becomes
Inside the
again.
car, outside the building.
That's a gray area, I suppose.
You're like I had sex in a room outside.
You've had sex in a car.
I had sex in a house that was outside of my house.
What if you
Okay,
roll the windows
so-
down though? Because a guy came by, knocked on the window. It was like
After-
7:16. A guy
After-
knocked on the window and was like, "You need to leave this
Aiden, you have
neighborhood."
to tell this story, dude.
Yeah, the scary
before-
one?
Yeah, dude. Can you tell this story real quick?
Well, we need Aiden to tell like 4
right.
stories.
Yeah.
All right, do
Dude.
you want to wrap up what you were saying?
Yeah.
about,
Okay. Well,
'cause
they didn't fuck in the town.
They
because
didn't
I'm
go for
messing
any of the
around with-
jokes,
No,
didn't
no,
do-
they didn't have sex. I asked. I was like, "You guys having sex?" They're like, "No." I was like, "That's why this town." Did nobody tell you? You guys have to fuck in
Yeah.
order for this town
You're
to get
called
big.
welcome.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Too
Okay.
many detractions.
I want to.
It's like, hey, well, come already. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
there you
Yeah,
go.
Nice.
the name of this town should be "Won't Come." Nice. Got him.
All right,
6
there it
months
is.
later.
Aiden told this story on his podcast. What's it called? Plug the pod.
Smoke Show podcast. Me and my buddy Elliot, we just smoke weed and bullshit. You guys got to come on sometime.
Oh hell yeah!
We'd love
dude.
to. That's an incredible idea for a podcast.
And we watch car accidents.
How'd you come up with that idea for the podcast?
Yeah, were you guys smoking weed and shooting the shit?
They were
I
like-
was damn.
Light
Exactly.
bulb goes
Okay.
It was like apes
Turn
finding
on the
fire,
mics.
dude.
Let's go.
off. Oh, the mics are already on.
Holy shit.
Damn.
We
Fire
do
up those mics,
subtle
brother.
little editing. You can hear us clapping and stuff to try and get the audio right.
It's good, dude. People want a slice of life. People want a slice of life.
They want a little peek
podcast.
behind the curtain, especially when there's no curtain.
There's no curtain at all.
There's no
dude.
curtains in the whole house.
No.
You got a big like blankets for curtains.
Yeah,
household.
We
type
stuff
vibe.
a princess blanket in the
cardboard,
window. Gets all
cardboard on the
faded. Yeah.
window. Yeah.
All right. So you told this story about getting sucked off in a car.
Yeah.
That I need you to repeat for the listeners here.
So I was back home with my high school girlfriend, and this was like,
What's her full name?
she lives right over there, Diana Dundakova. Yeah,
She lives right yonder.
Yeah.
She actually yonder over that hill.
yeah, with her fiance. She lives right over there now.
What's her fiance?
Just right over there.
Spencer.
so willing to give up people's personal info.
Wait, is this the Eastern European one?
Yeah, the Ukrainian one that I was
The
with for a while.
Ukrainian
yeah.
one?
Shout out.
Shout out Ukraine. I mean, prayers for them, man. I'm hoping they do the best they can out there. They need another couple $2 billion, I think,
Yeah.
to get them right.
We'll give it to them.
They need more Hunter Biden dick pics.
They really do, dude.
We need to find another laptop.
Talk about a hog. You know.
Did he have a hog?
Pretty big
I haven't
dick.
seen it out.
Pretty big dick.
Yeah, he's got
Talk
a
about
piece.
quarters in
Yeah.
that thing. Fuck.
It's a $50.
Yeah, it was
That's a
sick.
$50.
Yeah, you
hog
could
right
fit.
there.
$1
You could
hog.
fit all the money that Ukraine needs in that fucking dick, bro.
There you go. You got it out.
I got it out. Sorry, I stumbled on that one.
It's
All right,
okay. It's
sorry.
still
Right,
funny.
it's okay.
So I was, we were hooking up in the back of my car, and on our family's land, they have like this pond but you wouldn't know it's there because it's kind of overgrown unless you know it's there. So like we backed in, and we're in the back of the car. She's sucking my dick, and it's like 3 a.m. And I'm like, my head's up like this, and I'm looking up through the windshield upside down, and I thought it was trees swaying from side to side. And then I like focused on it more, and there was just this figure walking slowly, dragging his hand up the hood of the car.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I was like, oh,
What?
shit. I was like, yeah, you got to get off me. And she was like, what? And I was like, you got to get, and she like got off, and I got in the front seat, turned the car on, and when I turned the car on, the dome light came on because he had opened the back door.
What?
Yeah. So then I threw it in drive, and I'm driving away. The dome light's still on because the door is like open, and then he slams on the back of the car and just screams. Like at the top of his lungs, he doesn't say like stop or anything. He just
This is
screams.
on your family's land, you
Yeah.
said? What
Like,
the
how
fuck?
far is this from anybody who would be walking?
Which
Is that,
uncle of yours do you think this was?
So I thought it was my cousin.
Yeah,
but
also
he
there's
just
like
got a DUI,
200
so he couldn't
people in
drive
this
out there.
town.
Which Hills of the Eyes uncle do you think this was?
The one
Bro,
with the
this is
long
really
head.
scary.
With the long head.
This was like right after my uncle's lung pop, so he wasn't doing it. My cousin,
Oh my God.
my cousin got his DUI, so he couldn't drive out there.
So, like, how far is it? Is this like remote? Is this a
yeah,
remote
this is
area?
out. This is I would probably say 5 miles from town.
Fuck. So somebody was
So
just walked all the way
walking-
there.
Just
in the
Down
complete
syndrome
darkness.
Ed Gein just fucking trying to get in there.
Do you think they were already out there, maybe? Or
I have
like-
no idea. So after it had happened, I like called my cousin. I was like, dude, was that you? And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, the guy, because he gets real protective of the land for some
Okay.
reason. I don't give a shit about what happens to it. But he
Wait.
cares deeply. Huh?
So I have a question. So this guy was on the top of the car?
No, he was like walking, kind of crouched, and he was like dragging his hand up the hood of the car, and like
Like from
But
the front?
and
Yeah.
he managed to open up a door.
yeah, he got to the back of the car. I think when he saw me starting to move, he started to move faster to the back right side of the
So
door.
after you noticed him, then he opened up a door, or did he open up a door while you're getting
So
fucking
I saw him
head?
in the windshield, and I was like, oh shit, and I started moving, and then he started moving faster to the back of the car where we were, and then he tried to get in.
This is a big guy, small guy?
I couldn't, medium-sized dude, like,
Classic.
but
That's a medium-sized guy
Oh, yeah.
thing to do.
What's your theory? Like, what do you think that was?
so I thought it
Yeah.
was, in the valley, we've got this, like, family of hoarders, and they
Okay.
live in, like, 3 houses, and they kind of just, like, meander around the valley. And they don't really have cars or anything. They just like carry shopping carts and push them into town. So I thought it was one of them, but then I started hearing stories about how like he was complaining that there was this person on his property trying to get into his house.
What the fuck?
So like his house is like the most dilapidated, fucking disgusting house you've ever seen. Like you wouldn't go in there if you were a normal looking person like looking for help. You would
Yeah.
look for another house.
Does it look like abandoned?
Yeah, it looks abandoned. It pretty much is because the dudes live in a camper outside next to the house because they filled their house so full up with shit.
Dude, small towns are terrifying.
They're oh my god, that
Aiden, you got me for real scared right now.
Yeah, dude, it was.
Bro, I'm scared.
you're in Brooklyn, scared as shit.
Brooklyn feels way safer than what you just described.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
does because I don't know. I just feel there's you have witnesses. That's why.
Yeah, there wouldn't have been anything. I don't know
There's
what he
no
would have done.
witnesses.
Yeah, and then she acts like it didn't happen. I was like, "You remember that?" And she's like, "I don't want to talk about that."
Well, yeah, it's like super traumatic. I get why she wouldn't want to talk about it.
But it makes me weird now fucking in cars, and I love fucking in cars, but it like makes it feel weird now because I'm like worried there's a dude gonna come up.
yeah.
You just got to
Yeah.
do it in populous places now. You know?
Yeah, I mean, well lit areas. Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because that's not what you want. You went,
No,
you
I
went
want to
back
be
in the dark
back
anyways.
roads. Yeah.
You should have blown his head off, dude.
I wish I had a gun at that point. I want to get a concealed carry so fucking bad. I just want to flash it at people. I used to have
be on
carry a spray
stage.
paint gun and drive around in my car, and if I get mad, I point the gun at people.
That's fucking insane.
Was that in town here or was that back in your hometown?
It was in town here. It would be back.
Fucking crazy.
I just
dude.
pointed at people, and then one day this dude like followed me, and I was like, "Yeah, I probably shouldn't do that." anymore. He probably has a real gun. So I was like, I got to get a real one. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you've gotten yourself in a situation where you need to get a real gun.
Yeah, because I've been threatening too many people with a fake one.
Okay.
Aiden,
so
do you want to apologize for pointing guns at people
yeah, and not letting that guy in the car.
I mean,
and not letting that guy have sex with you and double murder you and your ex-wife?
yeah, I mean, I do feel bad he didn't get to have a Zodiac moment, you know,
Yeah.
where I'm like knees fucking down with my hands tied behind my back. No, screaming, trying to stop it. But, you know, there's no getting out of it.
Yeah.
You know, you just have to
What would
accept.
your strategy be if you were if he had tied you guys up?
Acceptance. I would just have to make my deal with God, dude.
Yeah. You'd be screaming, yes, yes, do it. This rules.
He kind of still had a Zodiac moment a little bit.
A little bit,
just
yeah.
not the full. He probably got one at some point in his life. It feels like. You know?
I don't know
We can
whatever
only hope.
happened to him.
So there is someone in your hometown,
In your
like,
tiny ho-dunk town.
Yeah, that is just doing that.
because it's not the people who live in the dilapidated houses.
No, and it's not.
You don't think, because they have a guy coming up on their property.
Yeah.
Right around
So
the
there
same
is-
time. There was like stories from that time where there was just a dude in the valley. Like there was a
So it's the La Crosse Valley. Is that what it? Like?
no, like I live in Galesville and like there's we have these like deep valleys because it's kind of like a bluffy area.
yeah.
And so we just call it like the valley. And but there was another thing that happened because I finally like told my dad about it after I found out it wasn't like anyone I was related to. And then
Your
he was,
Brooklyn-born father.
yeah, yeah,
You know
For
his dad's
real?
from Queens.
yeah, Queens,
No.
Queens, New
What?
York. Yeah, he
You're
grew
just
up-
full of surprises, Aiden.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
Yeah, his dad's from Queens and is like, he's like a fucking guy.
Yeah, he's a.
You know that's why it makes so much sense too, because like Aiden does have like a like kind of like fuck off mentality, you know? It's because he was raised by a Queens guy.
When we were out on the
New
island,
Yorker.
yeah, we went to Long Island for a wedding, and this was like when I met up with Tommy. Like the day
Yeah.
before I met with Tommy, my dad in the parking lot of a Walmart, this dude like slow coasted through the crosswalk and didn't stop for us, and my dad just punched the side of his car, just uppercutted the side of his car, and started screaming at an Indian dude. It's like, dude, we have to go to a wedding in like the
punched a car.
afternoon, yeah. And he was like, well, you just can't let people walk all over you. I was like, he was just simply driving by. I mean, this is a busy fucking Walmart, dude.
He tapped back into the neighborhood guy.
Yeah.
Dude, I've had pedestrians do that where they like bang on your fucking hood if you're like.
Really?
Yeah. Because one time I was stopped and there's like a crosswalk and I was a little bit into the crosswalk and they had to go a little bit around. It was just like this crazy lady that just was like, fuck, like hit my hood and was just like, you can't be here. I was just like, yeah, I'm sorry. I fucked up. You had to go a little bit around. Sorry, you fucking asshole. You mean. Oh, that reminds me, by the way. We have a fucking apology to demand
What?
from Festivus.
Oh,
That fucking asshole.
all right.
Here's the thing, dude.
Go off. Demand your apology, and then I want Aiden to talk about his Vegas days.
Yes, I was going to ask him about Vegas.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
I just don't want to. We can't be too specific.
All right. Here's the thing about me, Tommy. I don't know if you've noticed this. I'm the kind of guy that a very specific type of lesbian will hate.
I know.
I'm
just-
familiar,
I've known you for many years, Ryan.
too.
There's just something about when you're a funny straight white guy who also really seems to be enjoying their life. There's a very specific type of lesbian that will see that and go, I fucking hate everything about you. Like, this is the guy. This is the guy I hate.
I've seen this happen. Can I ask a question really quick?
Yeah.
Can you get into some specifics, and then can we do some editing around just
Yeah.
for my sake?
Yeah, so-
Grant.
Okay.
Shaved-
That's up.
shaved-
That's up to Grant.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I can describe her without describing her. Shaved half of her head, so she's got the millennial.
No way.
She's got the millennial Karen haircut.
I'm big. Oh wow! I
she's
can't
like-
believe it. Yeah, of course.
She's
I mean,
like an American Chopper style lesbian. She looks like her name's Paula Senior. And as soon as she sees me, I'm like judging at this Festivus show. As soon as she sees me, fucking hates me. Also, like at one point, this white guy was shouting something, and I like stood up and screamed at him, "Sit down, white man! Sit down!" Like it got like a big pop, and she saw
really
that.
did. It was so
Dude,
fucking
she saw
funny.
that and immediately was like, "Okay, yeah, fuck this guy for real. Fuck this guy."
So this is a woman in the audience.
Yes,
and a participant.
Yes, and also.
So can you describe to everybody what Festivus is, and also for me, because I judged Festivus years ago, but
Yeah, so as a judge, you scream at
I didn't even really
contestants.
understand what was going on at the time.
So it's a thing we do at Fair State every year. Who started it? Did Citrix start it?
No, me and Courtney.
Okay.
Well, Courtney and me.
Yeah.
Me and Courtney.
It's like a Seinfeld Christmas.
Courtney and me. What's the?
It was more Courtney.
It's
but
Courtney and I.
Yeah. Courtney and me.
Courtney and
You're gonna
me.
correct yourself that many times.
Me
Yeah,
and
you just
Courtney.
went back.
Shut up, dude.
Me and Courtney and me.
It was me and Courtney.
Oh, sorry for using incorrect grammar. Courtney and me.
Courtney and myself.
Courtney and me.
Myself and Courtney.
All right, fuck, man. It's from Seinfeld. It's a Christmas stupid bullshit thing that they make up that Cosmo and George's dad make up. So we do it at Fair State every year, and
People do an airing of grievance where they talk about things that piss them off during the year. They do feats of strength, which is just a bunch of random shit.
yeah, we
right?
make people like eat raw onions and stuff. It's like challenges, you know, and
It's
people
fun.
sign up for it in the crowd. And this year, just for the context of the show, it was like double the amount of people of last year. It was like huge, and the PA wasn't big enough, and we didn't have a big enough stage. So
it was
was
packed like a
Oh, that's
damn
crazy.
Pringles can.
so it
in
was
there.
like, I mean, you guys have been to Fair State.
Yeah.
Like only the people right like around the stage could like hear and like participate.
Oh.
Other than that, it was solid people, and the PA wasn't
In the
getting
back, yeah.
Okay.
Dude, because it was packed. Because I think I judged when I was like 22.
Dude, it's always
21.
packed. It's
Yeah.
always packed, but like this year was like truly like people were elbow to elbow. And
Yeah.
so this
Shit,
lady,
dude, that's
Pretty
cool.
total.
It was
Yeah.
cool. I think we're gonna make it bigger next year to like
good.
combat that.
this lady's shooting daggers the whole time, right?
Yeah,
and then
she
at
did
one
not
point,
like any of.
Here's the thing.
us, really.
This
but
is the part.
Ryan.
This is the part Grant's probably gonna have to edit out. So we're at 36:50.
Okay.
If you want to write that down.
I'm writing it down.
She's
Are
a
you?
she's a and so like we can't really go too hard at her, and also she's like doing something, and then I jokingly am like, folks, do we want the bourgeoisie to win? Do we want the ruling class to win? And she like she gets really pissed off at that and goes, what did she say? She goes, at least this judge doesn't even know where he is right now. Like she says something that I can't even like
How do you-
respond to
yeah.
because I'm just like, all right,
Yeah,
well now
some people when they just when they see irony, like they don't know
Yeah.
how to like.
Well, she's here's the
Because you
problem.
can't make fun of something that's someone who's already making fun.
She's also
You know,
the type
like
of she's the type of person that doesn't have a sense of humor about herself at all. And because of that, so even if I'm doing a really harmless joke, to her that's like a personal attack because she probably has this weird thing where she's like, if people want my respect, they have to respect me. Respect is the dumbest thing you could ever want in your life. But so then at one point,
That's true. That's true.
It is
Here's
stupid.
the
Sound-
thing about her.
Hey, clip that,
Yeah.
Grant, for later.
is
when,
so true.
When
It is an
Ryan's-
insane thing to be like, oh man, you need to respect me. What the fuck are you talking about? Why do you
No, I
want
100%
that?
agree with you, man.
That's the dumbest thing you could ever want.
Yeah, what I would say about her is what I observed is that this woman just straight up does not like jokes. Like, if you were making a joke, she was just like not on board with it,
Well, and
wouldn't
then-
buy in, was like, even if you were starting to say something, she wouldn't let you finish to like make it funny. So it's
did
like,
she have trouble with like all of you guys or
kinda,
specifically
yeah,
him?
Especially me.
Both.
Especially
Okay.
me.
But the weird thing is like, why are you participating? I don't it's like a kid in
it's like
class
she didn't
being
even want to
forced
be there. Yeah.
participate,
And
you know?
then, okay, so then at one point she goes, enough with the dick jokes. Out of nowhere, by the way. We weren't making dick jokes. She just goes, we've had to sit here and listen to these dick jokes for 2,000 years. Daniel Williams is one of the judges. He's sitting next to me. He goes, he yells at her. He's like, how long you been alive? How old are you? And then I go, okay, folks, I'm sorry, but I'm just getting word that we can no longer do dick jokes tonight. Unfortunately, due to the board on Fair State, we can only make jokes about pedophiles now and how they're actually really cool. Sorry, folks, not our call. Can't do dick jokes. Have to do pro-pedophile jokes now. And that's pretty much just the rest. That kind of shut her down, and then the rest of the night. Well, even she tried to like chirp back. She was like
mean for the rest of the night.
Even with that, she was like, what? She was like trying to be like, yeah, make a pedophile joke funny. Like, it's just like, shut the fuck up, lady.
Yeah.
So do other people hear her, and like how is like the room responding to her?
I mean, we're getting
attitude?
laughs as judges. We're doing all right.
People were basically ignoring her.
Yeah.
It was so chaotic.
Is she mic'd up?
No.
She did have a mic for some of it because we were giving them a mic. But the thing was, it really was so chaotic of a show that you like couldn't tell how you were doing a lot of the time, or like it was like looking out into a crowded room and like some of the people are participating, but you couldn't hear them. That you couldn't hear. Well, you could, but it's just I don't know. It kind of became a blur.
I know what you mean. Yeah, when it gets too congested, you can't tell where people that like you are and where the attention stops. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think in a lot of cases in those situations, more people than you think are paying attention to you, but you just can't tell.
That's true.
You know,
And it's also hard for them to get into the show when there's other shit going on. Yeah. Well, so it's hard to like. They're not going to laugh like they would at a show where they're giving their full attention because even if they think something's funny, there's still background noise, white noise going on.
And that's kind of what it's kind of what the event is supposed to be at the same time. It's not supposed to be a sit down like stand up comedy show, you know.
Anyways,
that lady definitely should not. She came last year too, and it's just like,
did she suck last year?
Yeah.
Damn.
Why did she go to a thing that she has a bad time?
I don't know.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I swear to God,
That's
I
her
would
life.
not go to things.
That's her
I
entire
only go to
life.
things I have a good time
me
at.
too.
That's the difference.
And I enjoy my life.
And that's why she hates you. So here's the thing. Shout out to every lesbian in the world. 99.9% of lesbians I think are great. Maybe not that high. Probably 40% of lesbians are great.
Damn, that's a crazy percentage knockdown.
But somewhere between 40 to 99.9% of lesbians are awesome. But if to the type of lesbian that specifically just looks at me and hates me, I want a damn apology. Because she's doing. What's fucked up about
because
that?
you're like a competing lesbian, Ryan.
Yeah, I could be a lesbian.
You're you're gonna take the bi women that they want.
Now that I think about it, I am kind of like a lesbian because I love women.
Yeah, you like girls.
Drake said it best.
To earnestly make that joke.
No, Drake said it best.
Yeah.
She said she a lesbian girl. I said me too.
Yeah. Hashtag me too.
Something like that. I think Drake said something like that. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. That sounds like Drake.
Yeah, it's like she says she likes girls. Girl, me too. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
Sounds like the
something like that.
Poppy. Sounds like something he
Girl,
would say.
I'm gonna me too you if you're 13. Bobby Brown.
3-2.
Also, dude, isn't it weird? I'm so sick of seeing Millie Bobby Brown shit. It's weird when like it's a kid and now all of a sudden it's an adult.
I'm not seeing any Millie Bobby.
No, I haven't. Who is she?
She's the
Stranger
13 or
Things.
whatever the
11.
fuck on 11. Yeah.
She's the Stranger Things.
But
She's the
girl.
stranger. She's the thing from
Stranger Things, man.
She's the Stranger Thing.
That's my favorite show, man. Stranger Things. Boom o'clock. That's a Jamaican guy who's really into Stranger Things.
She's the little girl.
New character I'm working on.
She's the little girl that Drake was trying to molest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true, bro.
Drake
It
was
seemed
grooming.
like it. It
Wasn't
seemed like
he
it.
was that? So that is because I remember he was grooming an actress.
It might have been
So
her.
yeah, it's got to be her.
But it just sucks when it's like
it seems like he
You
might
see
have.
like these reels of like this 18-year-old that's just like infinitely privileged and rich, and you have to like. People are just like, wow, she's like so wise. It's like, no, she's a fucking idiot. Like, I'm sorry, but she's a rich, spoiled child.
Are people saying she's wise in the comments?
I have no idea.
I don't think anyone's saying. I think you're making all of this.
Manufacturing. Hey,
Okay, here's what I'm
You're
dude,
completely
honestly,
fabricating a
Honestly,
boogeyman.
Ryan comes in, makes a really good point, then he goes, hey, you know what else? Are you guys sick of seeing Millie Bobby Brown and how wise people
40
think
to 99.9%
No, this
of
isn't
lesbians
real.
are awesome, and Millie Bobby Brown is not wise. But
She's
I am
overhyped.
I am gonna start posting her
Dude,
reels.
40% of
Wait,
Ryan's problems are completely
in my head.
created in
Yes,
his head.
yes, invented. But here's the thing: I'm gonna start taking her reels, posting those on my Instagram stories, and going, Yo, she's wise for real. She's wise for this one. Dude.
She's wise for that.
Millie Bobby Brown's so wise. I'm gonna create this. I'm gonna make my narrative real.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's hear about Vegas.
Oh
All
man,
right, let's tap
shit.
into Vegas.
What?
Drop us
What
into
happens
Vegas.
in Vegas gets said again on the We Cool podcast,
All
as the
right.
old saying goes.
What years did you live there?
So I lived there for like 6 months. I
Okay.
went there. I had a contract job in Pennsylvania that I ended up stealing their company car and like because they wouldn't fly me back for Halloween.
Was that part of the contract?
No.
If we won't fly you back for Halloween, you can steal the company car and then go live in Las Vegas.
You know how important Halloween is.
It's like it was a loophole.
That's why you got to read the fine print. You got to hire a lawyer who can go through it.
You got to hire Zach Kagan.
okay.
So I did that, and then right when I came back, I was like, God, I really gotta stop drinking. So I moved to Las Vegas. And
That's the place to go to stop drinking. I gotta stop
You're
drinking
like-
and start gambling.
Oh my God.
You're insane. Okay.
Wait, talk about like where you are like mentally,
bad.
where you are like age-wise
Really?
at this point,
Yeah.
where you
This
are.
seems
with,
like a move that a mentally sane man would make in a heartbeat. Steal a company car and move to Las
to make
Vegas.
it back home for Halloween.
Steal a company car, move to Las Vegas because you couldn't go home for Halloween, and also to quit drinking.
It's like the plot of a
Yeah,
Christmas movie.
I gotta
but it's Halloween. Like you can't.
I didn't want to miss it, dude. All my boys were in town.
Yeah,
I was like,
well,
I gotta
that-
be.
I gotta
Did you
quit
know-
drinking, so I got to do exactly what Nicolas Cage did. I got to do the plot of leaving Las Vegas to quit.
I've even
to quit
seen that.
drinking.
People have
And-
brought that
Oh,
up.
you got to.
in order
that.
to
Is it?
leave Las Vegas, you got to go to Las Vegas. First, you got to
That's
get
right,
there.
brother. Dude, yeah, I think we talked that. When you told me this in New York, I was like, "You're doing leaving Las Vegas.
Yeah,
you
I've
gotta watch
still
that.
not seen it
You gotta
yet.
watch it. It's
You're
pretty
doing.
good.
You're which makes you Nicolas Cage for real, for not even seeing it and also and just naturally doing it.
It felt like where I needed to go. I don't know. And then I didn't want to tell people I had a drinking problem, so I was like, I don't like the cold. So I was like, I'm gonna move to Las Vegas. So I drove out there. I came for Halloween, did like my last hurrah, and then I left. And then I just was like staying at my
So you drove
cousin's
across
place.
the country.
Yeah.
In the company car.
No, I stole the company car from Pennsylvania, drove it to Wisconsin, partied with my boys, returned the car, and then
to Pennsylvania.
no, from Pennsylvania to Wisconsin.
Okay, but
Yeah.
then you returned
How'd you
it in
return it?
Wisconsin.
I just brought it back because it was like a rental
He
car.
brought it back
Okay.
to
Oh.
Pennsylvania.
You just you take it to UPS. And
Yeah.
you're like, hey, you're gonna need to send this to
He just
Pennsylvania.
drove it into a river.
I kept
it's in the
pulling
valley.
through tolls,
I
dude.
returned it to the earth from whence it came.
Yeah, it wasn't in my name, so I just kept blowing tolls. I can't imagine how much they had to pay.
Dude, hell yeah.
Awesome.
But then, so I get to Las Vegas, and I was just kind of being a bum. I was like living at my cousin's place, and I wasn't really
Did you
drinking.
fly out there?
No, I drove.
What car did you use?
My Subaru, my hatchback. But I didn't have a
Nice.
bed in there yet. So it was like I stuffed it full of stuff in the back, and everything fit in the car. And then I drove out there, and I was like, I found a hack because Vegas, like when you sit at the slots, they'll just give you a free drink.
Yeah.
So you sit at the nickel slots, and then you come around, you tip her like $2, and then you drink for like $10. And, you
And
can
this
have-
was your plan to quit drinking.
right. I got into that habit, and I was
drink
like, this
more.
needs to quit. Yeah.
First, you need to hit rock bottom.
You gotta. He's like, I'm gonna quit drinking by dying.
What you're gonna want to do is hit the nickel slot.
That-
all right, so
you start taking nickels
That way,
out of
when
your
I'm
penis.
dead from alcohol poisoning,
Banging them out on the table. Yeah.
that's how he learned that party trick.
I wouldn't even drink on the strip. I would drink at this place called PT's, and it was like kind of by my house, but they had a blackjack thing at the table, so I would just sit and play like poker and blackjack. And then, so I finally quit, and I got a job where I was like, I applied because it was like a sales position. It was like commission, so I was like, I'll be good at that. So I applied.
and you're what,
then-
20? You're 21.
21, yeah.
Also, you said you're
What are you?
drinking
You're
it-
23 now, right?
24. Just turned 24 last week. Yeah.
24.
You said
okay.
you're doing this gambling at PT's?
Yeah.
What does that stand for? Penis Ticklers? Penis Ticklers Bar and Grill?
I don't know. It was like PT's Gold something or other.
Okay.
It was like
Gold
Penis
Tickler.
Ticklers
There's gold.
Golden Corral. Come on down to Peanut Stickler's Golden Corral. We got the blooming onion. Yo, we got slots, penny slots, free drink. If you're trying to quit drinking, come on down and sit at the penny slots, and we will help you get there, brother.
Yeah, I mean, they did. They helped. They played their part.
Okay,
Good.
Brittany, the bartender, yeah. Shout out her.
Shout out Brittany.
so then you get a job.
I get a job, and it's like, it was framed as this sales position, but like, I show up to, it was on Charleston and Fremont, which is like the split between Old Vegas and New Vegas, and it's like the street that goes between it, and it's a really shitty area. So I was like, oh, fuck, this is like a bad neighborhood. And I pull up, and then I walk up, and like right outside the door was like a decapitated pigeon. And I was like, this is bad news. And I called the dude because the door was locked, and he let me in. And
That's the first step of the interview, by the way.
yeah, it was like a mind trick.
You got to see the decapitated pigeon and know to call them then. If you don't call them after that, you don't get the job, dude.
And I get in there, and it's like, imagine, like, you know, in Wolf of Wall Street when he first starts out in the boiler room? That's pretty much what it was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a boiler room sort of thing. It was like really bizarre, but my boss was this dude named Sean Brown. And just this like, have you ever seen
He's a Houston rapper.
have you ever seen The Office?
Yeah.
You know Robert California?
Uh-huh.
He was a black Robert California.
Hell
like
yeah.
to a T, like he would be like, you're calling me sir now. And he would call me Mr. McCluskey, and he like demanded I wear a suit. So I like wore a suit down there.
All of this screams scam, by the way.
Oh yeah,
I know.
well, I came to
but he's
find
like, is he
out.
kind of like old school in a way?
He's like old school, but it's like hustler mentality.
He
like
still
he
has a
grinds
pager
that.
on him.
Yeah,
Like a
some
beeper.
type of dude like that.
He's got
Just
an
beat
iPhone
me.
and a
On the
beeper.
Bluetooth.
Yeah. So we sit down and we do like a 5
A
minute
1998
Well,
Mac.
well, Mr. McCluskey, sit on down and call me sir.
Dude, bring the beeper back. That's a sick
That
look,
was
dude.
sick. Yeah, clipped on your belt. Yeah.
You had,
Oh,
you had
sorry,
a-
I work
wait,
at the hospital. I got to go scam some people real quick.
And he was like, we're gonna be your position would be selling internet and cable, and then he was like, sell me CenturyLink internet right now. And I was like, so I just bullshitted like I was like, hey, what's your internet like? And he goes, wrong right there. He's like, Cox has a monopoly in this area. We're selling for CenturyLink. He's like, you start with, do you know Cox, or do you have Cox internet? And then you ask if they're satisfied. So he gave me the whole rundown, and then after that, he was
why did he have the whole rundown, but he was like, you start?
I don't know. I don't know why.
So
And
that
then-
he could
and
do
then-
the gotcha thing. That's why.
And then he's like, wrong. You don't know about Cox.
He did it for that exact moment.
I'm
right
going to
there.
stop you right there,
Yeah.
Mr. McCluskey.
Like, Aiden, I think that's a great place to start. What's your internet? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was like, what internet do you have? And then he was like, wrong. And then he gave me the pitch. So I was like, all right.
Wrong.
And then
You're on a date. You're on a date with a woman. You're like, okay.
Wrong.
What's your favorite color? She's like blue. You're like wrong.
It's green.
It's pink now.
and
You're on a date with a woman and you're just like, sell me internet.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Wrong. Century Point has it.
So he's breaking it down for me, and then we just started talking about rap, and then we bonded over rap because we were talking about like Obi Trice and like D12.
Real name, no gimmicks.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, he stood up and he's like, "Looks like you have a job, Mr. McCluskey." He shook my hand. It was like 10 minutes, and I was like, "Oh, sick. All right." And he's like, "Be here tomorrow. Wear a suit." And I was like, "Okay." So I came in the suit.
Did you have a suit?
Yeah, I had to
Was the
go
suit
and buy
big
it.
on you, or did it fit right?
Well, the thing was,
I'm picturing
I
you
had
with
a
a
lot
big
of
ass suit. Dude.
alcohol
Yeah,
weight.
imagine you in a baggy, like your father's suit, and you're like sweating, and you have like a pint of whiskey in your suit, in your jacket pocket.
This was
and
my
you're just
father's suit.
Sweating.
This was my father's suit when they sent him to fight in Vietnam. they sent him in a suit.
Yeah, you were in like a 70s kind of like beige baggy suit.
Yeah.
That's how I picture you.
Got coffee stains on the lapel.
It was a gray Perry Ellis suit because I
A
went and I
huge
spent
cell
like
phone. You have a huge, just
yeah, with the
fucking
one
90s.
that I pull out the fucking and
So you had to go buy
up,
one?
Yeah, I had to go buy a bunch of suits.
That's such bullshit.
And he was like, consider it an investment, Mr. McCluskey. And I was like, all right, I guess I'm going to have these suits now. So I spent like $400 on suits.
Jesus
and
Christ.
I show up, and I'm the only white dude there. It's like all Hispanic and
nobody else is
Black.
in a suit. You're the only.
they were in like 3-piece. They had vests and everything.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and I was like, I show up, and he's like, I want you to go out there. You need to be wool. He gives this whole thing about you need to be a wolf, and you need to go out and sell internet, and like, so I'm like, all right. I still don't know where we're going. He's saying that we're going somewhere, and he's like, Aidan, you're riding with Katie on today. So I rode with Katie on in his Mustang, and he's like, bro, this job changed my fucking life, for real. He's like, look at the car I'm driving. I'm 19 years old. And I was like, yeah, I was like, this is sick, man. And then we pull up to the Sahara Walmart, and I thought you needed to get shit. And then he was like, all right, you need to help me unload. So we're like in a suit, unloading shit and then carrying it into Walmart. And I'm like, I'm selling fucking internet and cable at Walmart in a goddamn 3-piece suit? Like, what the hell is going on?
Nobody told you?
No, it
ever up
didn't
to
tell me I
this
was going
point?
to Walmart.
Also
Did you
in the-
ask?
I just was like, I'm assuming we're going to go to businesses.
Yeah.
Because he said it's business to business sales. And it was not that.
Also, so in the back of your head, you guys are lugging this equipment into Walmart in 3-piece suits. There's also in the back of your head, like, yo, this did change this guy's life. Let's see where we're going with this.
So
Wait. What are you bringing into Walmart?
Like a speaker and
we're bringing in like
soundboard.
a white folding table, a black tablecloth, and then we had these like plastic boards that had like the rates of our internet compared to the
So
competitors.
you're setting up outside of Walmart.
No, we're in the technology department of Walmart.
Okay.
So you're
Do you guys
just
have
going
permission to
into-
be there?
You're just
I honestly have no idea. No one told us to leave, so
What?
honestly, it's Walmart. The people working there are like, I think they're our bosses now.
They're in suits.
They're in suits and I think they own the place.
So he starts immediately by like, he's like, just watch. I want you to watch me for the first hour. So he starts selling internet. And the way that he would do it is he'd hold the board. He'd stand in front of you as you're walking with your cart, hold the board out and go, excuse me, who do you have for internet and cable? And then people would just be like, Cox. And then he would be like, that's where you're wrong. And then he would like,
Wrong.
wrong. And then he would start breaking it down. And like, it was constantly old people that were getting duped into this.
Is he doing
So,
good though? Is he selling?
He's selling a lot.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay. And he fucking.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Is it better than Cox?
CenturyLink? No. They had one fiber optic cable that ran through a specific part of town. So we were selling like. He was like, so.
You're selling bad internet.
Yeah, he's like, this is what's up. He's like, you're gonna have to lie.
So you originally weren't wrong when you were like,
Yeah. Like Cox is the better option. So he sells
that wrong. That's where you're wrong.
That's where you're wrong.
No, they were right. They were
those people are all right because Cox is the only internet and cable you can get out there that's affordable and like reliable.
Yeah.
CenturyLink is neither of those things in Las
What
Vegas.
internet did you have? Were you rocking with Cox?
I was with Cox, yeah. Back home at my place. I'd be pissed if someone sold me CenturyLink out there. And
So they said you have to
that's
lie.
hilarious.
yeah, he was like, I'm gonna be real with you. You're gonna have to lie. And I was like, all right, I guess.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck. We're selling a bad product.
We
So-
will not stand by this.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I got a good Cox deal for you on the low. we're all on Cox.
Well, we did. Well, so like we would run internet, and then there would be a Cox dude who would be like a few CD things away from us, and then he would be
this
like,
is all in a Walmart.
yeah, and then
You're competing with this guy.
but he was cool with us, and he would be like, look, if the internet's real bad and you can't lie, he was like, you just send him to Cox, he'll get him a better deal, and then he'll give you like lunch. And I was like, oh, okay. So he introduced me to the Cox guy, and the Cox guy was cool, but his life was like in shambles. But like,
Because he's doing it. He's
Because
doing it the right way.
It's because he's selling cocks.
yeah, right. He's not lying.
Yeah.
The first sale he gets is this old woman, and then
Ma'am, can I just? Are you happy with your marriage?
Yeah, let's do a little
Wrong.
act out. Let's do a little act out. Ryan, you play the old woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Aidan, you play this guy. You sell internet to Ryan.
Okay, so
real
I'm
quick.
walking by.
so this is where me. I did this once to an old lady. I feel bad for. I still get phone calls from Las Vegas, and I just gotta block the number because I know it's people mad at me because I signed them into 3-4 year long contracts that they cannot get out of. And so there
You
was
gave him your personal phone number.
yeah, we had business cards. So.
They didn't give you work phones.
No. I got one call as soon as I moved here, and I was living in this shitty house in Como, and I was like damn near freezing to death, and I get a phone call because they're hours ahead of or behind us. And I get this call, and it's like, hey, motherfucker. And I was like, God damn it, dude. And he's like, you sold me. And I'm like, yeah, I don't work there anymore. You got to go talk to Sean Brown over at AGC Consulting. So I gave him the address, and he was like, no, you said you're my rep. I was like, I'm not your rep because
I'm not your rep. I'm not your friend. I fucking lied to you, buddy. You got scammed. Welcome to Vegas, bitch. I'm your enemy. I'm your worst fucking nightmare.
To like explain what the business was, it was like a subsidiary of this thing called Sidecore, and they're the only ones that are ever making any money out of this multi-level marketing scheme. So like they basically contract us to go out to these Walmarts and sell internet and cable, but all we are middlemen. So like you could pick up the phone and decide that you want DirecTV, so you call DirecTV and then you sign up. We were doing that for people.
You were just upcharging them.
Yeah.
Like
For us just simply being at Walmart, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I found that out because he was like, he sold internet to this old lady, and then he was like, all right, so this is where he was like, you're going to think it's like wrong and shit, but it ain't wrong. And I was like, okay. And,
You don't think you got a bad product, you don't got a bad product. Now listen.
So he gets on the phone with this
Because
rep.
they're stupid, so they actually deserve
Listen,
this.
you're not going to be able to Zoom with your grandson because your internet is fucking shitty, but you're wrong, okay? You're wrong. You're wrong, and you need to shut up. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Listen.
They would sign.
Do not call me after you sign that.
Don't
Right.
call me. I'm not
Don't
your rep.
call my
I'm
business
your
number.
enemy.
My phone number. My own personal phone number. Do not call me. But
don't text it either.
Do not throw that business card away right now.
Listen, after I sell this to you, after I sell this to you, forget this conversation.
I'm gonna need you to forget
I know
this.
I'm going to.
Listen, they gave us they gave us the thing that they have in the MIB movies. After you sign
was
this,
just gonna
I'm gonna
say
flash
that.
you in the eyes.
And
Damn,
You-
that's exactly where I was going, Ryan.
Wait, snooze, you lose, Tony.
I want to hear how you found this out.
they would like sign the contract and then walk away. So you'd basically get them to start signing up for internet online. And then there's a point in that process where you have to call and then confirm it. So we would get their verbal consent, I guess, is probably how they were able to get away with it. So we get their verbal consent by them filling this form out, and then we get their signature, and then the point where they're supposed to call, we would just have them walk away. And they would be like, thank you. And they'd walk away, and then you'd get on the phone, and then he gets on the phone, and he's like, hi, my name is Katie, I'm a sales rep, blah, blah, blah. And then he looks at me, and he puts his phone to his chest, and he goes, how good is your old lady voice? And I was like, what? And he goes, man, and he went, hi, this is so-and-so, and like did the voice of this lady.
In Walmart?
In Walmart. Yeah.
At the stand?
Yeah, at the stand, people are walking
So
by.
you guys get their information,
Yep.
and then impersonate them over the phone.
Right. Yeah.
Did he have a pretty good old lady voice?
He had a damn good old lady.
Yeah,
voice. That's how we got a Mustang, dude.
He had kind of damn good.
So bought a Mustang.
So
with
what?
that
This
boy.
is
Then you just
so
go for
crazy.
like all the extras, or what? Like, where's the money? How do you get money out of this transaction?
I have no idea. So we would sign them up for.
No,
I would get these commission checks from signing people up, but I wasn't really asking any questions. So
well, you guys are clearly getting a percentage for every person you sign up.
right, yeah,
So, if you dupe them into their information,
right. Then
you
you
know,
would
You're
get
getting
some
paid.
sort
then
of
you can
contract.
then you
get
can
paid.
sign up for them, and then you get a percentage
Right.
from that.
Okay.
and that gets allocated through Sean Brown,
Right, and he
And
pays
then-
us out.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
and then he pays you out.
so this is the first 30 minutes of the movie. You know how it works now.
Yep.
Now let's fast forward.
Did you get good at
We're
it?
doing the montage.
did, yeah.
Starting to
Yeah.
get good at it.
I had a conversation with him that at our lunch on the first day, we were at Panda Express, and I was like, dude, this is a multi-level marketing scheme. And he was like, man, I don't know why people keep saying that shit.
Because it is.
Did
he like
what
you?
the fuck does that
No,
mean?
he didn't. After I said that, he was like, this is why, he was like, people come and they go because they just can't hack it. And I was like, all right. So I went in and I started trying to sell. First day, I didn't sell anything. And I started getting better at it. But every time you'd pair with a different person, so you'd show up and then like every person I would be like, there's a pyramid on the wall. Like we're in a pyramid scheme. Like fucking,
Yeah.
so.
Well, it's
I-
like that. It's like The Office. It's literally like The Office bit where it's like they're, that one episode they're getting sold on a pyramid scheme, and then Jim just like draws a triangle.
Yes, exactly. It was
It's
pretty
just
much
like
that.
actually there.
And he would have, it was like a raindrop thing, and it would be Sean Brown at the top, the CEO, and then it would raindrop
The
down.
raindrop
instead
Sean
of
Brown.
a pyramid.
Same
Dude, you
shape.
know his Instagram, it says CEO Sean Brown.
Of
Absolutely.
course.
Yeah.
Of course. He has like 400 followers. And he's
No, he's
always,
And
probably
he's
got like
following
17K.
4,000 people.
Yeah.
yeah, he's following 100,000 people. He has 17,000 followers.
So
You know that's the ratio.
I start getting good at it, and I'm like scamming people pretty well. But I'm always telling like the guys I'm working with, I'm like, this is like a pyramid scheme. And then I was getting like sexually harassed by one of my old coworkers who was like my manager. She's like this big black lady, and she was like, we were at lunch together. She kept pairing us up together, and then we were at lunch, and she was like, you know everybody fucking here. And I was like, I actually didn't know that. I had no idea. And she was like, so-and-so's with so-and-so, so-and-so's with so-and-so. And then I was like, I knew that if I asked her who, it was me. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And she was like, you want to know who mine is? I was like, sure. And she was like, it's me. And she was like 6 foot tall, probably 250 pounds. She was a big lady. She was a big fucking, her brother
And
played.
Aiden, you're at the time 21 years old and you weighed 90 pounds.
I was actually fatter. I had a lot of alcohol weight.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
My
right.
face
you're
was
a
like
booze bag.
puffy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Aiden was 300 pounds.
Yeah, I was a big boy.
Yeah. And he was also black at the time.
He wasn't blackface for all this.
So I'm selling, I'm getting good at it, but I'm telling people that it's like a pyramid scheme. And then finally we have one day where he calls us into the office for an emergency meeting.
He's like, all right, somebody's been saying this is a pyramid scheme.
Exactly. It
Really?
was
Did you
that-
ever say it to him?
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright.
And
Yeah, you're saying this. You're talking too much. I mean, like, no offense, but like, I mean, you can't just be in a pyramid scheme saying, "Hey, we're in a pyramid scheme."
I was feeling
you
bad
gotta,
for
you
these
gotta
people.
be quiet
It's
about
like when
that
you're in a
sort of
cult.
thing.
You gotta like figure out who you can trust to
Look,
get out
either
of the cult.
be in the cult or don't be in the cult. You know, but you
I
can't
needed
be,
money. It was decent money. Like if you could sell, it was decent money. So I was like doing it, but I was telling them like, this isn't like a feasible thing. Like you got to find another job. This is gonna fall apart at some point. So he calls us all into the office for an emergency meeting, and we got to wear our suits at the office. So we show in, and he has us all sit down in a line. And I remember he's like pacing on this wood floor, back and forth, and then he goes,
Do you have an idea, by the way, of what this might be about?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
exactly.
I was
what
like,
this
oh,
is.
You
this
can
is-
sense it.
This is about me. Yeah. He goes, I want to tell you a story. And he
Oh
talks
my god.
about
Little
how
story about the rabbit, and the hare.
it was basically that. Like, I'm going to tell you guys this, and I want to hear how you would respond. What would your question be? So he lays out the story that this man wants to be very rich and successful, and he hears from a friend of his that he needs to meet with this guru, and the guru is how his friend got successful. So he meets with the guru, and the guru says to meet him down by the beach at 6 a.m. in a suit. So he shows up in the suit. And the guy, he's not in a suit. The guru is...
This guy in his suits, man.
I don't know why we had to wear... And the guru is ill-kempt, but he takes the man into the water at ankle level. And
this man is a little white boy.
Right.
With severe alcoholism. Let's call him Mr. Let's call him Mr. Krusty.
Mr. McCluskey.
Let's call him. This is a young white
We're calling
child
him. Let's just call him Mr. McDonald's.
The Burger King.
It was
So
basically
the Burger
that.
King takes Mr. McDonald's. Sir Burger King takes Mr. McDonald's
Sir Burger King.
into the waves. All right.
All right, I'm sorry. So the guru takes the man in the water.
Takes the man ankle deep in the water. And then the guy's like, so he's asking all these questions about what this means. And the guru's like, shh, shh. And he locks him out waist deep in the water now. And then the guru ends up walking him shoulder deep in the water. And then he walks him neck deep into the water. And then dunks his head underwater. And he comes up. And then he says, what would your first question be to the guru? So what would you guys ask the guru, I guess? If this is you,
what's
met a
your
man
internet?
in a full
Wrong.
three-piece suit.
I would go, what the fuck, man?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So I said, he goes, and Mr. McCluskey, what would you say? Or what would you ask? And I said, I would probably ask him why he did that. And he goes, wrong. And he, and then he goes, Kadion, what would you ask the man? And he goes, how deep? And like for the water, how deep do I need to? And I was like,
Here's the thing. He's done this meeting and story before.
Yeah.
right.
It's
What
just
if
you're
he's
just
like-
the first one
He's
in
like,
on it.
He's like, what would you ask him? And then the correct answer was, who's your internet provider? Do you have Cox? Internet?
Cox cable and
Yeah,
internet.
do you have Cox? Wrong. That's what you should have said. What would you ask the guru? Do you have Cox? Wrong. That's where you're wrong.
Was Kadion right?
Kadion was right. And then he gives
So
this whole...
It's just how deep?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
how
yeah,
deep do you want me to go?
What would you say to the guru? A question of why he did what he did, or complete blind obedience? Is the answer complete blind obedience? That is correct. Good job, Katie. You're a smart, pretty little thing.
Katie, thank you for never
I can't wait
asking
to
any questions.
I can't wait to sexually assault you in this office with no air conditioning later in the day.
There wasn't air conditioning. Yeah, it was fucking hot in that building.
Sweating in a three-piece suit, just listening to this fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Then he goes, so in business, there are 4 types of people. He said there's multipliers. They come into a business. They elevate themselves and they elevate those around them. There's adders. Adders come in.
I'm just gonna make a joke about how there's editors.
And there's people that add things to the company personally. They don't bring other people up, but they add to the company by just being them. Then there's subtractors. Subtractors take away from the company by doing individual things. And then there's dividers. And he said, now dividers, they get in and they're a poison. They're like a cancer.
You're a divider.
They get in and they start speaking negatively to everybody that they can and dividing and taking apart the business at its roots. And he
Aidan,
goes,
is he looking at you?
dead at me. Yeah. I was like, this is obviously about me. And he was like, and there's one of each person in this room right now. Some of you are both. And then he looked at me and he goes, subtractors and dividers. And then there's multipliers. And then he was talking about the difference between wolves and sheep. Wolves follow a pack, and the sheep, they run away, they hide.
Well, sheeps are also in
asking
packs.
questions.
They're also in
Herds,
a herd, yeah, which is just a bigger
Yeah.
pack. Okay, so
Wolves
sheep
trust their leaders,
Okay, it's
and
not
sheep
true.
run willy-nilly.
Wolves attack
my
and kill
God.
the leader all the time. That's how you get
you're
a new leader.
you're a wolf, is what you are. You're not a.
I was a sheep
whatever.
at the time.
I
just
can't
doing
believe I can't believe I'm
monologues.
even using his.
Was he like a
terminology,
cokehead
yeah.
or was he like a straight lace? Like,
He was a straight-laced, like, psychopath.
yeah.
Damn,
Oh,
dude.
weird.
And then he was like, and I want you to get out there and be a fucking wolf today. I want you, he goes, I'm your leader. I'm never going to let you fall. Be a fucking wolf. Don't be a sheep. And then he said, get out there and fucking sell. And then he sent us out. And then me and this other person were driving, Raina, and she was like, you know you the divider, right? And I was like, yeah, obviously.
Just to check in with
You know that whole thing was all directed right at you, right? Like, that wasn't about me or anybody else there. It was pretty much just you, right? I just want to make sure that the person who that was meant for,
Dude.
that's sinking in.
you. That's so
Bro,
awesome.
I'm literally just imagining a car ride and it's like silent for 5 minutes. You know you the divider.
Then you say, yeah, what does she say?
I was like, yeah, I know. And she was like, she's like, you ain't going to last long with that mentality here. She was like, at AGC, because it was Alpha Group Consulting. So he called
Hell
it
yeah,
Oh my
AGC.
God.
Yeah.
It's not beta group consulting.
No. It's Alpha.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
wolves here.
Uh-huh.
We don't ask questions.
Follow the wolf.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go inside this Walmart and set up a picnic table.
Yeah, we're wolves. We have to be wolves
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
pick out these old ladies.
Straight in the tablecloth.
Yeah, let's set up our internet lemonade stand to lie to people.
That's what it was. Dude.
Internet 25 cents. I'm a wolf. Excuse me, mister.
How'd you get out of this?
So I
He didn't fire you.
Was that your
That's
last
interesting.
shift?
no, he didn't. It was my last shift.
Okay.
After that, I was like, and I one night when I was drunk, like a year before that, I had broken my nose, but COVID happened, so they wouldn't do elective surgeries. So I had a surgery in La Crosse that I had to fly back for. So I was like, I'm just gonna quit and then go to La Crosse and then figure everything out from there. So I went, got a nose surgery, and then I was like, yeah, I'm just moving back. I was like, this is crazy because they're texting me and stuff. So I was like, I'm going to just go back. And then while I was waking up from like, I was like laying on the couch, they were like calling me and being like, you fucking cocksucker, you signed me. And it'd be like, man, I can't live like this anymore.
Sorry, man. I was trying to be a wolf. A what? There's
Aiden's-
dividers
Aiden's
and
he's trying to explain.
subtractors.
He's trying to. He does the guru thing to the people on the phone. He's like, "Let me tell you a little story."
Yeah. Sorry, man. A guru dumped my head in the water.
Yeah, and I was
Got
supposed.
brain damage.
I asked him why he did that, and I was supposed to say, "How
Yeah.
deep do you need me to go?"
Also,
I fucked up.
I'm 17 years old, and I've been drinking a whole liter of vodka
Listen, I weigh
every
400
day.
pounds, and
Yeah,
I'm sick.
listen,
Okay,
my nose is
licorice.
fucked up.
So I.
Okay, so you're recovering. You're getting these calls. Have the people that you've worked with tried to contact you?
Yeah, they there was one who texted me that I worked with. Anya was her name. And one day we had like a conversation about how she was like trying to like help her family out, like her mom and dad needed money, so she was working at this job. But she was saying how she kept getting like fucked over on her commission. I was like, yeah, you're getting fucked over on your commission because like it all goes to Sean, and then Sean gives us the money. We're not being paid through CenturyLink. We're being paid through Sean. And then she was like, so I started doing research on Sidecourt because like when you log into the app to sell shit, it would be like their brand name in the bot. And she was like, I looked them up, and she's like, you should look them up. So I went and I started Googling, and it's this whole operation. There's probably, if you ever see anybody in like a Walmart or like a Costco or something selling internet, they work for Sidecourt. And it's like a huge multi-level marketing scheme that they have these massive contracts with like internet and cable companies. And then,
probably Walmart and shit too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What would happen, you think, if you went up to those guys and everyone who came up to him just like, no, this is a multi-level marketing scheme? Do you think they would leave?
I did. I walked
Oh,
up
really?
to it, and I've seen him a couple times since, and I would be like, I was like, do you work for like Sidecourt? And they'd be like, yeah. And I'd be like, that's a multi-level marketing scheme. I was like, I used to work for them. And they'd be like,
And then the guy's like,
no, it's
Everybody
not.
says that, dude.
Yeah.
You got to be a
Everyone
wolf.
You're a divider.
There's 4 types of people in sales.
And you're all four. You're two
Okay,
of them.
so this sounds like some of your coworkers, when you talk to them about it, they were receptive.
Yeah.
To like,
She was, and then the one that like liked me was because the whole business model is the turnover is really high because you start at a base level, you're the foundation, you're a salesperson, then you bump up to sales leader, and then from sales leader you become assistant to the CEO, and then after you become assistant to the CEO, you become a CEO. And then they'll send you to whatever location you'd like to go to. So like Dallas, you go to Dallas, and then they give you $15,000 to start your own version of that, and then a list of contracts. So then it starts all over again in another city. So like when I was leaving, the assistant to the CEO, Ingrid, and then one of the sales leader, Jada, who liked me, was like, we're going to go to Dallas and start our own thing. And I kept in touch with Jada because she's very nice. It was just like I didn't want to have sex with her. But she was like, yeah, it kind of fell apart. I moved back home. She lived in like Gary, Indiana. She moved back to Gary. And like, because all of it started to like fall apart. Yeah. Because $15,000 is not enough to start your own business or find anybody or even pay employees, you know? So like, but the only people who are winning are the ones that own all of those companies. And it's like these two dudes who've somehow managed to finesse.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Holy shit,
wild. Dude. That's insane, dude.
The whole thing is insane.
Did Sean ever try to contact you after you quit?
No, he didn't want to speak to me anymore.
That makes sense.
He would always have Ingrid talk to me.
That
oh,
makes
really? He would relay stuff.
Ingrid.
Okay, so are you talking after that meeting he would have her?
Yeah, he would have
really?
her. Like, I told them that I was leaving because I needed to go home for a surgery, and I wasn't sure how long I'd be gone. And then from there, he stopped responding to me, and then Ingrid started being like, we'll get you your last paycheck. So it took like 2 weeks for me to get my last pay. I kept showing up, and they wouldn't be there. And, like, finally I showed up.
The building just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
It does. The AGC fell apart like a few months after I left.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You were the glue.
No, he was the divider.
I was the divider and subtractor. I took them apart.
He divided it.
You went in there. That's awesome, dude.
yeah.
In a lot of ways,
you destroyed it.
That makes you more powerful than a CEO.
Or a wolf.
A strong divider. I'm a strong divider in sheep.
Like a wolf
You're
trap.
like Luke Skywalker. You went into the Death Star and you shot Sean right in his fucking face.
He probably has a bone to pick. If he found this, he'd be fucking mad. He'd be calling me, Mr. McCluskey, we need to speak. And I'd be like, no, we
Mr.
don't.
McDonald's.
Dude. 2 years.
Mr. McDonald's.
Mr. Krusty. Mr. Krusty Krabs.
Shit, well, that's probably a good place to wrap up. That was quite the tale.
That was awesome, dude. We got to have Aidan come back on and, dude, get into some other wild shit he's done.
Aidan, you wanna promote your podcast again?
Oh, sure. Smoke Show podcast. We don't regularly release it. It kind of just comes out when we feel like it.
Awesome.
It's a great podcast formula.
Yeah, it does. I think I got 10 episodes. That's my bet. We're gonna make 10 episodes, and then it'll probably be done. And then
it's a you're making a series.
Yeah,
you're going British TV route.
Yeah.
Okay, well this is coming out next Thursday. Do you have any shows or anything you want to promote?
No, I'll be in New York. We're
doing
Tiny Boys.
We're doing the Stand. Me and Aidan are at the Stand doing a show. At some point in January. So
I think the
come
12th.
to that.
Yeah.
Nice.
At the 12th.
Some point in January, go see Tommy and Aidan.
Yeah, just go to the Stand in January. You'll see.
Go to
Hang
the
around
Stand in
out front.
January.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tommy, we're getting our website made, by the way. We're doing Squarespace. We're going to have James do it.
I love it. Tommy Bear, check out me and Ryan's future website. Tommy Bear and Ryan call comedians.com.
That's what it's going to be.
If one
Tommy Bear and Ryan call comedians.com.
Comedians.com. That way, if one of us pops, the other one's going to ride those
You know about
curtails.
the other one. Yeah.
I'm going to be so
about the other
furious.
one, okay?
If you Google one of us, the other one's going to come up too.
It's going to be great.
Genius.
Yeah, I'd love to have you boys on sometime. We got to figure out. I don't know how to run Zoom. I'm very retarded when it comes to technology. So we'll figure it out, though.
We'll figure it out. I would love to smoke weed and chop it up.
Yeah,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
And watch car accident videos, but you can't acknowledge it because people at home
Dude,
can't
get
see
me
it.
high on your podcast. I'll get so scared. I'll just get so...
I would not say a single word if I got high.
Oh,
I was
really?
high. I was
Dude.
high last night at Terminal. I was not.
Yeah.
I was out of my mind.
We'll bring you
Nah, I know.
booze. We'll get a
I'll do
30
booze.
rack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
Drink a little beer.
Aiden, let me have a panic attack on your podcast, please.
Absolutely.
Can we
dude.
come
It'd
on
be an
together?
honor. Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Hell yeah. Grant, do you have anything?
Just just I'm gonna be. Me and Ryan are both gonna be opening for Mike Racine next weekend.
Oh,
That's his
fuck
fest.
yeah.
14th and
Friday is Grant, Saturday is me, so
Yeah.
pick one.
15th.
Guys, look how fucking weird my apartment looks.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, I didn't even know it was still your apartment. Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Wait, is that? Oh, you're sitting on the couch.
Sitting on the couch, dude. Everything's so empty.
It looks like the house is in Whoville after the Grinch got to it, man. You got,
Bro,
you got
yeah.
fucking Grinched, brother.
I got Grinched, brother. All right. That's the podcast.
All right. Hey, guys, thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for having
Thanks
me.
for doing the
guys.
show, Aidan.
Yeah.
Tune in next week. We're going to have a listener apology. Also, we're bringing characters back this year. So if you were one of the people that were asking about that, look forward to some
Happy New
characters.
Year's.
I gotta.
Yeah.
I
Thanks
got a
for
new
rocking
character.
with us. All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Go fuck yourself.